So welcome back to another holiday special review. So this one is for a shortish kind of cartoon movie from 1994 called The Night Before Christmas. No, I do not mean the 1970s plus The Night Before Christmas, the one with the mice and the clock that has Joel Grey in it. No. Although I want to review that too. But no. This isn't that one. It's from 94 and it totally looks like that same early 90s, like, Fox animation style that I swear was like all over the place. You know it when you see it. It's one of those things where I was just like, I'm not sure what animation house made this, but I recognize that style a mile away. Anyway, so there is a mouse in this one. I mean, it still follows the original poem of The Night Before Christmas. So it starts off with not a creature stirring, not even a mouse, but then, oh, wait, there is a mouse. And he's literally stirring something on a stove. Game, set, match. Anyway, so basically, this whole little special, it feels almost Dickens-esque because it follows a little orphan boy and his cat. It's kind of a little bit Oliver Twist. I mean, it's right in that same vein. It honestly kind of reminds me of some of those, I think they were also 90s animated movies of some of Dickens' work. So, I don't know, I would have to look into it to see if maybe it was from that same animation house, but basically, little orphan boy, no home, no family, pretty much on the lam from the police. There's so many problems with it right off the bat. They're referring to the cops as constables, even though almost everyone in this has American accents. Like, the cops are randomly British, and, like, one dude in a factory is British, but everyone else is randomly American. Okay. But, we're not supposed to think of that. That always confused me as a little kid, hearing all these cartoons, these, call the constable, even though this was very much an American thing. Yeah. Anyway, so... just a weird little thing I've absorbed over the years, but... So he's, like, trying to run from the police because he's running from the law. I suppose he would have to. Being homeless, you probably have to steal to live. And he's dodging them left and right and ducks into this one factory that he just thought was an abandoned building, but oh, out comes this decrepit old man, and he's so creepy, and that's the whole point. Who owns the place, and saying how he's going to call the cops, and the boy starts to lie and claim that, no, I'm not here to rob you. I'm here looking for a job, and then, ha, you're a child, I should be sending you to the orphanage, which is like, okay, little Christmas special trope number 2, always gotta have orphans with the orphanage, but, I don't know why that's such a freaking theme, but it always seems to be a thing. Like, I feel like I can make a bingo card out of these, maybe I should, but anyway, so, he's like, no, actually, I'm quite old, I'm like 40, 30, 28, 27 and a half, and I take very good care of myself, that's why I look so young, but I am looking for a job, so he lies his way in, and he's offered a job in this factory to make toys, but he won't be paid in money, because this is a progressive factory. He'll be paid in potatoes. Small ones. And then we never talk about that again. Or the fact that the other workers there, it's insinuated they must also be paid in potatoes. Yet they live in a nice house. How do they pay for their house with these potatoes? The world may never know. I know, this was a kid's special. It was not meant for an adult to be picking it apart. I know. But just saying the things I thought of as I was watching it. I get it. It was like a little 1-hour special to keep your kids busy for a little bit. Get them out of your hair. I know. I'm aware. But, yeah, little things like that where I'm like, okay, I guess, alright. But anyway, so he works in this factory, and they can tell something's off, and he keeps lying to them about his backstory, because he doesn't want them to know he's a homeless boy. So, it goes on, and obviously when it comes time for the workday to end, he left a window open so he could crawl back in and have a place to sleep, because the factory's now empty because nobody's there, and he's exploring around, finds the attic is like, abandoned? So cool. He and his cat are gonna go hide out in the attic. And this little mouse kinda sorta befriends him. He makes it out like he's his friend, but he never actually, like, has any interaction speaking with this boy. He just speaks of him, but that's okay. The cat is constantly trying to terrorize him, but of course, cats, mice, expected. But yeah, so mentioning the orphanage to him, oh, I'll just pop off and steal some toys and bring them to the orphanage for the children, sneak them through the window. And of course, just like every kid cartoon ever where there's an orphanage, we can't have toys, because if there's toys, even if they have one toy, they're going to want another toy, and then another, and where will it end? Like, it's so stupid, but they all do the thing, because in the eyes of a kid, what worse thing could there be than not being allowed to have toys? Oh my god! So it's like every kid cartoon ever that has an orphanage in it. This is always a thing. Freaking always. But anyway, so he sneaks them toys, but the littlest kid wasn't quite big enough to actually pick up the toy from the window from him and drops it, and the owner of the orphanage comes in and flips her shit over finding a toy. Oh my god, there will be consequences! It gets ugly real quick. So she goes down to the factory because she finds the name of the factory on the bottom, and she interrogates the owner, who assures her that he'll get to the bottom of this and they will set a trap and they will find exactly who the culprit is. Why this boy decided 2 nights in a row to do the same thing, beyond me, but the trap is laid. One of the co-workers literally just hides in the reject toy bin where this boy was stealing them from. And literally grabs him and, call the cops, da-da-da-da-da, you're fired, and we're calling the cops, and da-da-da-da-da-da. It goes exactly how you think it would go. We're now in another montage of him running from the cops. Meanwhile, the little mouse is freaking out over, oh no, what will my friend do without me to look out for him? I don't even know where he went. I know, I'll go to Santa. I'll go to the North Pole and I'll tell him because he knows where every child in the world lives. And then there's like a whole drawn out thing of him just kind of bumbling through the snow and running from cats and pitting cats against each other because we have to eat up some extra time to pad this thing out. And he makes it to the North Pole, and Santa's too busy to actually listen to him, so he's kind of just shuttled off. Okay. And is being bounced around the whole North Pole. Yeah, whole Santa's factory thing. He eventually does get Santa's attention and tells him how, oh, but my friend Jeffrey, though, he's out there alone on Christmas Eve with no family and no home. And Santa's like, well, why didn't you tell me sooner? We'll go find him. As if that hadn't been what he'd been trying to do the whole time. But again, have to pad it out. So there's a whole thing where Santa goes and finds him sleeping at the train station and comes to him and talks to him and finds out the one thing he wants more than anything in the world is just to have a home and a family. He's like, okay, you just wait right here. I'll be back. He doesn't come back, though. Santa, you lied. It's like the dad who went to go get smokes and never came home. Santa never came back. I'm a bad person, I'm sorry. Anyway, so the kid's like, oh, must have dreamed that. I guess my cat had the same dream, so... How does he know that the cat had the same dream? Who knows? It's not a talking cat. Why can the mouse talk but the cats can't? I don't know. It just... cartoon logic. Anyway, it's one of those things, but anywho. But what does happen is the co-workers are going caroling together, and they're trying to decide, where would we like to go first to carol? I know, let's go to Jeffrey's house. But because Jeffrey lied and made it sound like he's a rich kid who lives up on the hill in this big, ginormous house, they're going to the made-up address that he made up. And they find the address, and it's literally just an empty lot. There's nothing there. And then they realize, oh, he hasn't got a home. We should have seen it sooner. Oh, all the signs were there. We need to go find him. So they set out on a search party, and they inevitably find him And they call him out on the fact that he's homeless, and they're like, well, you come live with us now. Because I guess all of the co-workers live together? I don't know, but happily ever after, he has a home and a family now. The end of... It's not a particularly memorable special. Like, it is very easily forgotten. And it's probably why it's on one of the free streaming services, because it's probably, like, abandoned media at this point, but that's okay. I mean, again, just to keep a kid busy for an hour and have them out of your hair, it's fine for that, but just, in general, I don't see much of anybody getting nostalgic over this particular special. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, this one, it's so forgettable. I wouldn't waste your time with it if you're looking at titles, looking for stuff to watch, and I would skip this one. But that is just my opinion. It's not the worst one I've ever seen. I've seen some truly awful ones before, and it's not the worst. But there's so many better ones out there. You don't need to waste your time with this one. Just saying. Just saying. But it's not even, like, particularly terribly cringy or anything. It's just so mediocre that there's really nothing that memorable about it. I just watched it less than an hour ago, and I know I've already forgotten a ton of details about it that fast. That's how unmemorable it is. I'm sorry to the creators of this thing. I'm sure you all worked very hard on it, but... yeah. Anyways. That's it for this one, guys. I'll be back with so many more reviews of these. Don't you worry. So, anyways, that's it for this one. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.